Togbe Sri III, Volta Regional Minister, Member of the Council of State, Minister for Food and Agriculture, Minister for Fisheries and Aquaculture Development, Minister of State for Food and Agriculture, and Chairperson of the Planning Committee, Ministers and Deputy Ministers of State, Chairperson and members of Parliament Select Committee on Food and Agriculture, Member of Parliament for Ho Central Constituency and other members of Parliament, Ho Municipal Chief Executive, Togbeo, Mamao, and Nananum, members of the Diplomatic Corps, farmers and fisherfolk, fellow Ghanaians, ladies and gentlemen. It is good to be back in the friendly, hospitable Volta region again. This time to celebrate one of the most important holidays on the national calendar, Farmers' Day, currently in its 35th year celebration. Farmers and fisherfolk in Ghana are the focus today of national attention because we all agree that it is worth honoring them each year for their great dedication to the well-being of our nation. An important contribution of farmers which often escapes us relates to our national identity. Ghana is known globally for her premium cocoa beans. For this reason, the cocoa farmer must be celebrated for giving Ghana international mileage and recognition. Equally, farmers who are striving hard to showcase Ghana's rich diversity in agriculture, both on domestic and international markets, deserve to be motivated for their tireless efforts. That is why the theme for this year's Farmers' Day, enhancing small-scale agriculture towards agribusiness, excites me so much. Togbe Chairperson, the theme is very relevant because it aligns with government's strategy of focusing on smallholder farmers in modernizing and transforming Ghana's agriculture. The thrust of the approach is to move away from subsistence to commercial agriculture. Achieving this objective enjoins us certainly to offer targeted support to small-scale farmers to scale up production, to open up business opportunities for the rest of the country, of the economy. The benefits of developing agribusiness are numerous and diverse, as evident in developed and emerging economies. Ghana cannot be an exception to this rule. Indeed, it is sad that with all its potential, the agricultural sector is yet to impact significantly on the socio-economic development of our country. With current fast-paced development and complexities of today's world, Ghana cannot be content with the slow growth in the sector as experienced throughout the 8 years of the previous administration. Agriculture has generally underperformed, denying the country of resources that would have otherwise been available to propel the country's development. Over the last decade, the ineffectiveness of public policy explains Ghana's unflattering status as a rising importer of food. The staggering annual food import bill of over $2 billion United States dollars is unacceptable and is all the more reason why Ghana government is on a serious mission to revolutionize Ghana's agriculture right through the value chain, from production to consumption. Simply put, we all have a role to play to help transform Ghana's agriculture. Through my government's strategic policy for reviving Ghanaian agriculture, dubbed Planting for Food and Jobs, the process of transformation has gathered steam and is sweeping through every branch of agriculture. Less than 3 years have elapsed since government set in motion the process of putting Ghana's agriculture on a sound footing. Planting for food and jobs, now a household catchphrase, is achieving considerable successes within the 3 years of its implementation. It has resulted in a sectoral growth rate from a low of 2.9% in 2016 to 6.1% in 2016, and is expected to rise to 6.9% in 2019. Interventions under the Planting for Food and Jobs policy have been designed to achieve the following: enhance yields of farmers through access to subsidized improved seeds and fertilizers, reduced post-harvest losses, increased extension services to farmers, development of the livestock subsector, selected tree crop development, introduction of greenhouse technology to improve productivity and quality of vegetable production, improvement in mechanization services to farmers, and irrigation development. Thus far, government is on course to delivering on all these targets. Let me share some information to buttress this point. Available statistics on yields of selected crops in 2018 compared to 2016 indicate increases in maize production by 89%, from 1.8 metric tons per hectare to 3.4 metric tons per hectare. Rice has seen a 48% increase in production, i.e., from 2.7 metric tons per hectare to 4 metric tons per hectare, and a 200% increase in soya production from 1 metric ton per hectare to 3 metric tons per hectare. This achievement was as a direct result of the provision of subsidized fertilizer and certified improved seeds. To date, some 703,000 metric tons of subsidized fertilizers have been distributed to 1.1 million farmers registered under the Planting for Food and Jobs program. The farmers have also been provided with quality certified seedlings totaling some 26,000 metric tons since the implementation of the program. At its pilot stage, the livestock module seeks to attract the youth in particular into livestock entrepreneurship and ultimately ensure self-sufficiency in meat production. Livestock covered under this module are sheep, goats, pigs, cattle, and poultry. Government has so far distributed 7,500 improved breeds of sheep to 750 farmers and 30,000 cockerels to 3,000 farmers in 6 regions under the Rearing for Food and Jobs module. Progressively, the implementation of this module will cover the entire country. The tree crop model, Planting for Export and Rural Development PERD, seeks to diversify some income sources of farmers and substantively increase the foreign exchange earnings of Ghana. 7 tree crops have been selected for special attention. They are cashew, coffee, oil palm, rubber, coconut, mango, and shea. MMDCEs have been given responsibility to establish seed gardens and produce seedlings for distribution to farmers all over the country free of charge. The target is to plant enough seedlings over a period of 6 to 7 years to produce exports worth $2 billion United States dollars per year from each of the 7 crops. In other words, the aim is to generate up to 14 billion United States dollars per annum, compared to only 2 billion United States dollars from cocoa this year. Government has so far distributed 15 million certified seedlings of the selected crops to 76,117 farmers through the district assemblies. True to government's promise of mechanizing agriculture, farm machinery worth 33 million United States dollars has been imported from Brazil this year to support agriculture. This is made up of 215 tractors, 231 farm implements, 141 maize shelters, 25 multi-crop threshers, 68 planters and seed drills, etc. These are available at 40% subsidized cost to farmer associations, private investors, and selected district assemblies for the establishment of agricultural mechanization centers across the country. We expect a substantial expansion in 2020 through the disbursement of the last tranche of a US $33 million loan from Brazil and the US $150 million facility from the Exim Bank of India. Talk with Chairperson. Government is promoting the production of high-value horticultural crops, mainly vegetables, using greenhouse technology. 3 greenhouse villages have been established at Dawenya, Akumadai, and Bodrase under this model of the planting for food and jobs. The prime targets of this intervention are the youth and women. So far, 2 of the greenhouse villages at Dawenya and Akumadai have provided training to over 150 agricultural graduates and diploma holders. The introduction of greenhouse villages holds great prospects for the country, given the modernized production system with cutting-edge technology. Last week, I cut the sword at Pualugu to begin construction of a dam and a 25,000-hectare irrigation project. Government has made significant strides in the construction